as we proceed to give you what you need.
Now let me holler at you for a minute. Cause I just... If you ever left someone who never took the time to... Now baby, I was wrapped up in your love. So crazy. Now I'd have felt a lot of pain. Your love.
She was the first lady of Bad Boy, the widow of hip-hop's greatest storyteller, the voice behind one of the best-selling singles of all time. But Faith Evans is more than a headline, more than a myth attached to another legend. Hers is a story of survival, of artistry, of resilience. From Newark church choirs to Grammy-winning stages, from scandal to redemption, Faith Evans carved a place in history by being unapologetically real. This is her story. Faith Renee Evans was born on June 10, 1973, in Lakeland, Florida, but it was Newark, New Jersey, that raised her voice.
If we can work together.
In Emmanuel Baptist Church, a young Faith stunned congregations into silence. Her gift was raw, but it was her discipline, hours of rehearsal, sharp harmony, an ear for detail that set her apart.
I tried to make some sense of this. What you need to...
By high school, she was fronting local bands, her alto carrying warmth far beyond her years. After briefly attending Fordham University, she left academia for studios, recording background vocals for I'll Be Sure and Christopher Williams. These sessions, grueling and often underpaid, became her training ground. Faith absorbed how hits were built, layer by layer, harmony by harmony.
It's funny how I know what people mean, boy.
In 1994, Sean Puff Daddy Combs signed her to Bad Boy Records.
That's too posy. That's way too posy.
We so talking already. Yeah. He looked.
She was the label's first female artist, and more importantly, its melodic anchor. Bad Boy was hip-hop's rising empire. Faith would be its soul.
Guys, I'ma tell you to stop. If me and Faith on the track, artists don't wanna drop. Nah, come on.
Her debut album, Faith, 1995, introduced not just a singer, but a writer. Tracks like You Used to Love Me and Soon as I Get Home carried vulnerability at a time when R&B was often drenched in bravado. The album went platinum. Faith Evans was no longer in the background. She was front and center in R&B's golden age. In August 1994, Faith married Christopher Wallace, the Notorious B.I.G. Their union became instant headline material. Bad Boy's first lady tied to hip-hop's king.
One of the most talked about parts of your life, your relationship.
But the marriage was turbulent, strained by infidelity and the weight of fame. Their love was as public as it was private, as sweet as it was jagged.
I could tell from day one.
On March 9, 1997, tragedy struck. Biggie was gunned down in Los Angeles at just 24. Faith was left a widow, raising their son CJ, and carrying the grief of a generation.
Got my dick large like Bruce Springsteen. I invite those girls to smoke live.
3 months later, her voice carried across the world on I'll Be Missing You, Puff Daddy's tribute to Biggie featuring 112. Faith recorded her vocals in a single take, her voice cracking with grief. The song debuted at #1, held the spot for 11 weeks, and sold over 8 million copies worldwide. At the 1998 Grammys, it earned her a trophy, but every performance was a wound reopened.
Big, I miss you so much. Come on, y'all.
In 1998, she released Keep the Faith. Instead of sorrowful dirges, she gave affirmations. Love Like This became a dance floor staple, All Night Long, an R&B classic. Faith was more than Biggie's widow. She was an artist defining her own legacy.
Can't see all the things you mean.
By 2001, with Faithfully, she was working with the Neptunes and duetting with Whitney Houston and Kelly Price on Heartbreak Hotel.
Could be serious. Each and every night I dream.
Evans had become a cultural thread, woven into hip-hop's mourning and R&B's celebration alike.
I need you. Baby, I'm bad like that.
Yet as her star blazed, shadows grew. The next chapter would not be measured in platinum plaques, but in her fight to stay grounded.
It's so emotional, but
This is World Stories and Documentary. If you're drawn into the untold layers of music history, subscribe now, and don't miss our companion feature on Whitney Houston's rise and fall. By 2003, Faith Evans walked away from Bad Boy. Signing with Capitol Records, she declared independence. In 2005, she released The First Lady.
now I done felt a lot of pain.
The title was no accident, it was a reclamation. The album debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200 and number 1 on the R&B charts, her career's highest peak.
Feel I need your loving. So
Singles like Again showed her songwriting brilliance, blending confession with polish.
said I know it's already watching me.
That same year, she dropped A Faithful Christmas. It was a reminder of her gospel roots, showing versatility beyond R&B charts. She wasn't chasing trends, she was cementing a legacy. In 2010, her independent project Something About Faith landed in the Billboard Top 15, a rare feat for an indie R&B record in the digital era.
What's happening, baby girl? I see you checking out the way I move.
By 2014, Incomparable reaffirmed her durability. She had sold more than 20 million records across 3 decades, collecting Grammy nods and respect from peers. In 2017, Evans released The King and I, a duet album with Biggie crafted from archival vocals.
Much like Bruce Springsteen, I invite those girls that smoke loud. Keep it real with you, keep it real.
It was both tribute and experiment, and while reviews were mixed, the cultural impact was undeniable. For a generation, it was as if Faith and Biggie's chemistry had been resurrected. These years were about more than numbers. They were about endurance. Faith Evans was now the bridge between the golden 1990s and the streaming 2010s, a living thread in R&B's fabric. Fame is rarely a straight line. In 2004, Evans and husband Todd Russo were arrested in Atlanta for cocaine and marijuana possession.
This has no effect on her career. We appreciate all the support that all of her fans have shown her.
The tabloids erupted. For the public, the headlines spoke of decline. For Faith, it was a low point that led to counseling and reflection.
30-year-old singer and her husband, record executive Todd Russo, walked out of the full.
In 2010, another arrest, this time for DUI in Los Angeles. The timing clashed with her independent comeback, Something About Faith, and critics were quick to declare her career in jeopardy.
My kids live with me every day and they know who their mother is, so I really don't have to do much to shield them.
Yet in 2008, she reclaimed her voice in Keep the Faith, a memoir. The book was raw and honest, detailing her turbulent marriage to Biggie, the pressures of the industry, and her own battles with addiction. It won the African American Literary Award, proving her pen was as powerful as her microphone.
Venue after venue, I've been through. Come up to the telly so I.
Her personal life continued to make headlines. After her divorce from Russo, Faith shocked fans in 2018 by marrying longtime friend and love and hip-hop star Stevie J. What seemed like a romantic twist unraveled quickly. Public arguments, lawsuits, and infidelity rumors followed. In 2021, Stevie filed for divorce. By 2023, it was settled. Yet, through scandal, Faith focused on her children and her artistry. She performed, mentored, and continued creating. The valleys did not erase her peaks. If anything, they made her story resonate deeper. Faith Evans never pretended to be perfect.
I'm not sure what's out there, but there's plenty of things out there, but I'm fine.
She offered reality, messy, flawed, and human. This is World Stories and Documentary. We don't just retell music history, we uncover the hidden chapters. If you've made it this far, subscribe and explore our feature on Mary J. Blige, another icon who fought her way through personal valleys. Today, Faith Evans stands as one of R&B's architects. Her career connects gospel pews to platinum plaques, hip-hop feuds to global tributes. She is not only part of the story, she is a thread holding it together. Her influence stretches far beyond sales. She proved that women in R&B could be soulful and dominant, vulnerable and strong. She showed that grief could become art, that honesty could sit beside commercial success. Her layered harmonies and self-penned lyrics inspired a generation of singers who saw in her a blueprint for resilience. Behind the scenes, her legacy is preserved in the way she built her records. Engineers remember her layering her own vocals, crafting her own sonic worlds. Younger singers remember her mentorship. Fans remember how her songs, whether confessional ballads or joyful anthems, felt like diary entries set to melody. In recent years, she has performed at tribute concerts, spoken at industry panels, and continued to honor Biggie's memory. On social media, she reflects, mentors, and advocates for creative ownership. Her personal life may remain turbulent, but her professional respect endures. Faith Evans' story is not over. It is still being written. Love like this. In every March 9th tribute to Biggie. Her greatest triumph may be her durability, the insistence that love and loss, pain and resilience, faith and failure can coexist in one life and in one voice.